You ready? Good evening. My name is Chuck Iovan, and I'll be presiding over this evening's meeting of the Malden Planning Board, August 25th, 2021. First order of business is that I'm going to read a statement. For those in attendance under the provisions of the open meeting law, attendees are informed that this meeting is being recorded by Urban Media Arts, formerly MATV. I have not been notified that any other video or audio recording of this meeting will occur. What we're going to do next is we're going to have our roll call, and then we will move on from there through the agenda. So, if we could start with Tawadage.
ተወዳጅ ገብረስላሴ Planning Board.
Ken Antonucci, Planning Board.
Chuck Iovan, Planning Board.
Michelle Romero, City Planner.
Eric McCush, Planning Board.
Pat Hayes, Planning Board.
Eric Henry, Planning Board.
Henry Susi, Planning Board.
Charlie Ferguson, Planning Board.
Thank you very much, guys. So we had two items on the agenda this evening. The first one was 320 State Highway, also known as 735 Broadway. This public hearing cannot be held due to a notice error. This hearing has been rescheduled to Monday, September 13th, 2021. Yeah, so it won't be held this evening because yesterday we realized that not all the abutters were notified. So unfortunately, what we're trying to do is, if you notice, we normally meet the second Wednesday of the month. We're actually going to meet as soon as possible in September. We're going to meet on Monday, September 13th, which is not normal for us, but in an effort to get this meeting rescheduled because of the unfortunate error that occurred. Thank you. Okay, the next item is a public meeting, 215 Beach Street. What the Walgreens is seeking a traffic impact study waiver. Michelle, would you like to take us through it? Well, before you start, Michelle, let me just, for this young lady, are you here for Broadway? Okay, the meeting cannot be held this evening due to a notice error. So it has been rescheduled to Monday, September 13th, 2021. Okay, thank you. Okay, Michelle.
Thank you. We received a request for traffic impact study waiver. So your rules and regulations require the filing of a traffic impact study for certain types of petitions. There is a petition that was filed for 215 Beach Street. It is to add a medical center use, namely a clinic, to the existing Walgreens store. So they will take the existing building, and a certain portion of the building is proposed to be designated for this new medical clinic. The Walgreens with drive-through will stay. However, the proposal is triggering a traffic impact study. You will hear the special permit petition, the underlying petition. There's a public hearing scheduled next month for that. But this is, before they can get to that step, instead of submitting the traffic impact study, they submitted a request for a waiver. They did submit some additional information to support their request for waiver. That's given to you here. It's a memorandum dated June 1st, 2021 from Howard Stein Hudson. That was peer reviewed by the city peer reviewer. We have a report dated August 19th, 2021. He's reviewed the information and the request. And because the project is not expected to increase traffic volumes and will have minimal impact on adjacent roadways, also, I will note the existing circulation pattern will not change in terms of driveways exiting and access to the site. It is based on his review. He recommends that request for waiver be approved. And that's signed by Kenneth Petralia, your traffic engineer. So that is what's before you to decide whether to grant that waiver of filing requirements.
Very good. Does anyone have any questions about what's before us? Basically, they're looking to put in a quick stop medical at the location on Beach Street, and it's going to be 3,131 square feet out of the total 13,881 square feet. So it's a little over 20%, will be this new use. And
And you'll decide that. This is just to decide the traffic waiver. Next month, you will actually do the full-blown hearing where you'll hear from petitioner, neighbors, et cetera, about that proposal. You're not deciding tonight about the proposal, just whether you do the traffic waiver.
right,
So just to be clear, a yes or a vote would be, you're going to vote tonight on the waiver.
right. So unless anyone has any questions, I don't see any questions. Is there a motion? Eric McCush.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the waiver.
Eric's made a motion to grant the waiver of the traffic study. Ken Antonucci.
I'll second that motion.
And Ken seconds it. Okay, so. Okay, Michelle, when you're ready?
So a yes vote is to grant the requested waiver. Ken Antonucci,
Yes.
Charles Ferguson,
Charlie slipped in on me there.
Yes.
Tawada Gabriselassie,
Yes.
Pat Hayes,
Yes.
Eric Henry,
Yes.
Eric McCush,
Yes.
Henry Susi,
Yes.
Chuck Ioven.
Yes, the waiver has been granted, and we will, as Michelle said, we'll hear the full petition hearing, public hearing next, on the 8th of September. Next order of business is Community Preservation Commission. At the end of our last meeting, Eric Henry had said he may be interested, and he was going to have a think about it for a couple weeks. Eric, have you thought about it, and are you still interested in being the planning board representative to the Community Preservation Committee? Oh, hold on.
Right, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. What we need is a motion accepting Eric and recommending Michelle inform Community Preservation Committee that he will be the new planning board representative. Ken Antonucci.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Eric Henry for the planning board representative on the Community Preservation Committee and empower the planner to notify said chair of that nomination.
Very good. Eric, Henry Susi.
I'll second that motion.
Ken made the motion nominating Eric, and Henry Susi has seconded it. So we will take a vote. Do we, individual?
Just do a vote. You don't have to do roll call.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimously voted in approval. Thank you very much, Eric Henry. The next two items, the next item has two parts to it, and I think everyone here has responded. The regular meeting for the planning board will be the second Wednesday, which is September 8th, 2021. In addition to that, the following Monday, which is September 13th, we will have a special meeting of the planning board that right now looks like it will consist of 735 Broadway and another petition. At the moment that we'll have two on that special hearing night, and we'll have two on the 8th also. So with that said, does anyone have any questions?
We did thank you all for responding so quickly. We did get 10 yeses for the 13th. I know Eric McCush said there might be a chance he's a no, but we do have 9 other members, so if something comes up, you know, and you can't make it that Monday, I appreciate everyone's willingness. We got a yes from everybody, I believe. Diane had a definitive no. And then Eric was just, I think you said Wednesday would be better, but we had to go with the 13th. We were directed by the mayor to pick the first possible date that would meet all the requirements, and that is it, so.
Okay.
The other petition we're gonna hear is 260 Eastern Ave. I will be sending out the agendas for the 8th and for the 13th within the next week. Actually, this week for the 8th.
Okay.
The two petitions are 215 Beach Street, and then there's 272 Cross Street is another matter. So, that is it. Thank you again for your willingness to make this work. You had already come in tonight to try to make it work, and thank you for your,
Yes, I'd like to also extend
Cooperation.
my thanks for everyone being flexible.
yes.
This was an unfortunate situation, but mistakes happen, and I appreciate your flexibility and try to remedy it as best we can by getting the petitioner in here as quickly as possible. So thank you all very much for that. I don't have anything else. Michelle, do you have anything else? You had something you want to hand out, wasn't it?
Quickly hand out, I'll pass these down. You had asked me to get an update on the Broadway corridor, in general projects plan, and so this is an email response I received from Deborah Burke, former director of the MRA, current director of the Office of Strategic Planning and Development. So this gives you, Chuck, here's yours, a lot of information about what they're doing. Do you need one more? Sorry. Thank you. A lot of information about what they're doing. You can just take that home and read it. It's really just for your information. We don't have to read that into the record. So that is what the city is doing for the Broadway corridor at this point, in terms of implementation of that plan. There's information there about funding and things like that. I'm sorry, I'm not on. So there's information about funding, implementation, and this is again a memo, and it's dated August 18th, and it's from Deborah Burke, Director of the Office of Strategic Planning and Economic Development Department, and this is in response to your request for information regarding the Broadway corridor, the framework plan implementation. The request was originally sent to the city engineer as you requested, but we did receive the response, and the city engineers copied on it, so it contains information from both departments. Thank you.
Okay, terrific. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. Does anyone have anything else? Not seeing anything. Is there a motion to adjourn? Ken Antonucci.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Ken's made motion to adjourn. Second for that? Eric Henry.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know, that's what's stunning. In addition to the timing.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yes, thank you very much. Have a great evening and enjoy the last couple of weeks of summer. Yes. Yes, that would be nice.